my scrappy friends, it's Kim Pack from Memories in Time, and today I'm here to work with a super cute stamp and thin cut set, and this is our Slimline Celebration special for National Stamping Month, and this one is called Thoughtful Critters. And I got this just because it was part of the special, and hello, these critters are so cute. And then I wanted to find a way to incorporate this particular stamps and thin cut into a scrapbook page. And then I happened to remember that I had this one and only photo of my nephew, and it's not the greatest quality photo, but I'm still going to scrapbook it because I want to tell this story. This is when my nephew was about 7 or 8, and before I journal, I need to verify with my sister. The properties on the photo said 2010, but that would make my nephew 10, and he looks like he's 7 or 8 in this photo. So definitely before I do my journaling on this cute little journal card that's going to be hidden, I want to verify that. So what I've done is this was his first squirrel kill, and he got 2. And this is how I know he's like maybe 7 or 8. The little shotgun, well, it's not a little shotgun, it's taller than he is. And so, and he could have even been 6 at that time. So I really wanted to work with this little squirrel. I really wanted to work with this little tree stump, and I did a couple of the nuts and some of the leaves. And so I stamped them with intense black ink on white daisy cardstock, die cut them with the thin cuts, and then set them aside to dry. And then I don't think I used this. I know I used the medium brown on the tree. I think I used the gold brown on the acorns. The dull green was on the leaves. The earth brown blend is the squirrel, and I think I used the gold yellow blend on some of the leaves. So let me get those out of the way. I will also be using this fabulous We Love Fall, and sorry about that glare. I absolutely love these fall sentiments, and for the title, I am pulling an oldie but a goodie, which is still available, so I will leave the link to this down below. This is the Aurora Cardmaking, and my title is going to be Adventure Awaits, and I'll just use that one stamp sentiment right there. So let's get started putting our page together. I am making a 6x8, and I'm using a Shortbread, the light side of Shortbread page base. I will be using some Shortbread Ink and Harbour Ink. The Harbour will be for the title. Again, that is going to be for my journaling. And this is a picture of my life card, and all I did was just snip the edges there and then punch a hole so that it will actually appear to be a tag. And then here are my little colored pieces. That's my 2 cute little squirrels, and I think they're just adorable. And then I really wanted the leaves to look like they were changing colors, and I tried really hard for them to all 3 look a little different. And then there's just a couple extra acorns, and then and I stamped the little tree on toffee, and then just use some of those colored alcohol markers. So I'm just going to set that to the side, and then I am using a hodgepodge of mix-in papers, and this is just a piece of, I'm not going to say a scrap, it was just a piece that was already cut to this size, and I'm going to make it work, of the pumpkin spice paper. And this is a pumpkin spice PML card. And so I'm just going to start putting some pieces together. And there's not really a pattern per se for this. I just wanted to pull colors from the photo, colors that would go along with fall. And I thought about inking up the edges of my papers to give them some definition and let them stand out. And then I thought, Now if I do that, what I want to create with these words over on this side may get lost. And so I don't want that to happen. And these colors in this mix-in paper pack are adorable. This is mink. And hello, it doesn't get much more masculine, even for a little masculine guy, than plaids. Love me some plaids. This is a shortbread plaid. And then the back side of this mink plaid is this fabulous nectarine. And I'm just putting some tape down for that. And I love this tape runner because it just, you can just use your finger and rub it off. 6x8 is like truly one of my favorite, oh that is so crooked, one of my truly favorite sizes to work with. And so how I plan on using this, when this goes, when I actually determine the correct year that this photo was taken, this will go in that album for John, and it'll just tuck in. It won't have anything, like it'll just tuck in that appropriate year in fall. I know it was taken in the fall, and I just don't remember if it was 2007, 2008. I've been working a lot lately on photos, and I've learned this about my photos. I need to make sure I'm going to have room down here for my title. I should have organized my photos a long time ago. I was that aunt that was like, oh, I'll never forget. I'll never forget. Yeah, you forget. Totally forget. So this Adventure Awaits is going to go about there. Okay, so my photo's going to go about there. I want this piece just to tuck in. It's just going to tuck in right there. So let me get this down first. And I absolutely love that our mix-in papers and our featured paper collections work so well together. And I love that fun, whimsical dot. I just love it. Now, what I want to do on this journal card is I want this to be able to pull out. This is just some burlap ribbon from my stash. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in now. Usually what I like to do with this is staple this. And I may still end up doing that. Okay, now then I'm just going to pull this through and wrap it around that burlap ribbon. And I love how rustic this is. I'm just going to trim a little off. And then what I want to do is, I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to slide this card in and out. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to attach foam so that my journal card will be able to freely pull in and out. And that'll give it a place. Well, obviously the burlap is going to catch it, but that will also give it a place if it does fall down a little more. So tell me, do you guys, like, as you're looking back through much older pictures, do you find that you have forgotten photos, like dates of photos and when things happened? And this was taken, I'm not even sure, like there was no date. And back in that day, we had those digital cameras that date stamped. And the date stamp was not on this, so all I can go by is the property of the photo. And the property of the photo says 2010. So do you guys find yourself, like, being confused and lost around your photos and when photos were taken and all that good stuff? I know I certainly do, and I'm praying that that's straight. And now that card will be able, the foam allowed this to lift up enough that we can very easily, and then when this goes in a page protector, I'll put a slit in the top of the page protector so that John will be able to pull that out for the journaling. And so now I am ready to, and he'll of course have to go on foam on this one side right there. And all I'm doing right now is just deciding where my stamping is going to go. I'm not going to attach any of this yet. I'm just deciding where my stamping will go. And I think I want him down here. And that little squirrel will go there. And we'll just tuck in a little leaf behind. How cute is this going to be? And then we'll put a little acorn right there. And we'll just kind of have some leaves. Oh, I'm loving it. Loving it. I love it. And then a little acorn right about there. Love it. So all I did that for was just to sort of see where things are going to go. Now, I want to use this, and I'm not going to use a bunch of these things. Like, I want to use Chilly Days, and I'm going to do something that you may gasp at. I'm going to cut my stamp. It's okay, because I can put it back together with no problem to stamp again. So let's put this down. And then we're going to pick up that chili. Now, what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to stamp with Shortbread. And it's a brand new stamp, so I'm just seasoning it to make sure I am going to get a nice stamp. And I'm doing some tone on tone because I want the title to stand out. And so, I'm sorry about that camera shake. I'm standing up so that it will look straight. Chili. Love it. And then, let's put that back. And then I'm going to do days. And so, all of this stamping that's going to happen down this side is all going to be tone on tone. And then I'm going to stamp the title. I'm just seasoning that. I'm going to stamp the title in the Harbour Ink. Chilly Days. And then let's look at what I want to use next. Obviously, I'm not going to use football games or scented candles or hot cocoa. Crunchy leaves, because we have leaves on our page. So we're going to stamp crunchy next. And I'm sorry for that rough voice. I just can't seem to get over this cough and respiratory. And you know, it's that season. It's the season. Crunchy. Oh, I'm loving it. And I love that these are all different fonts. Love it. Okay, now let's look and see, because I want something else. Let's see. Correctly, I think I want to do We Love You Fall. Now let's look at how We Love You Fall. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut it, and we're going to do individual words. Maybe I need to turn it this way to make sure I'm not cutting into the E or the Y, because those are close together. We love you. There's a comma before fall. Make sure we don't cut that off. Okay. I love it. Again, I need to stand up here. I'm trying to center this. When these first come and they're not used, they get, I mean, they are extremely sticky until you use up a bunch of the stamps on the carrier sheet. I am loving how this is turning out. And I'm intentionally putting these back on my carrier sheet, because if I don't, I know me, I will lose them. So have any of you purchased or thought about purchasing this Slimline Special? And hopefully what I'm doing here is giving you an idea that even if you are not a card maker, then you can still purchase this if you like these pieces and use them on your scrapbook projects. Hopefully I am giving you that idea. And for those of you who don't know, fall is my absolute favorite time of year. Absolute favorite. There we go. And again, I do not want any of that to come off my carrier sheet. And that stamp set is called We Love Fall. It's in the September-October catalog. And I love it. Okay, now I am finished with my shortbread, and I am going to stamp on this sentiment, Adventure Waits. And I've already used that stamp set. I can tell it's stained, but I still want to. Oh, I love it. And I am stamping that in Harbour Ink so that it will be obvious with all these other words that that is my title. I love it. La 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 la, love it. Adventure awaits. And when I did a stamp purge, this was a set that I contemplated putting in my purge. And part of me was like, yes, do it. And part of me was like, no, don't do it. Because, you know, you have a nephew, and you got all these pictures. And we love outdoors. And so, you know, I'm really glad I held on to that and did not. Okay, so now we are ready to start putting this little fella together. And do I or do I not? I think I probably do want him on foam tape. And here's my problem with foam tape, guys. Sometimes I probably need a foam tape intervention. I love the dimension. I think foam tape is just one of those things that you can do that just adds a little something. And it doesn't, I mean, like, it makes your book a little chunky, but not like that chunky. And so I'm using this very thin right there. I don't know that I'm going to need... Okay, and so here, I think what I'm going to do is just use a glue dot on his tail and a glue dot right there. And our squirrel is all set. I know I want the leaf. And these leaves are kind of big for the squirrel, but it came in that same set, and I love. So I'm just going to nip it a little bit to make it easier to tuck in there. Oh, I have a big boy who wants to cry. It's early in the morning when I'm filming this, and he's already been out. But he's obviously wants to go out again, or he wants Mom's undivided attention. Love it. Now, let's think about, where do I want that nut? I feel like it needs to be right down here. And I am just using adhesive. Maybe we'll follow that up with a glue dot too. And we'll just put that. Oh, how cute is that? How cute is that, guys? How cute is that? I'm sorry that you're hearing the whiny baby. Okay, so now I'm only going to put foam on this side. Almost right here. I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished. And I only put foam on that side because then this side would stand up too much. And so now we'll just go sort of right down the middle. And let's put one itty bitty teeny tiny piece in the middle. And the reason I'm going down the middle is I want to tuck, let's see. I don't want these leaves. And I want the leaves to appear to be falling. Oh, I love it. I love it. And you know what? I'm kind of not happy with the color of that little. So before I put him down, let's just go over that. There we go. Or did I use the wrong color again? Maybe that's supposed to be muted brown. That nut just seemed a little gold to me. It just seemed a little gold. And then I'm trying to decide. Is that not stinking cute? Like, just stinking cute. Now let's audition this. I kind of like it right there. I kind of feel like it needs to be there. And then I have another one. I cut a bunch of these because I know muted brown. I bet muted brown is what I did. Let's pull in our test piece. Yes, muted brown is what I did. So let's use our, I hope I'm still on camera for you. I zoomed in so that you would be able to see what I'm doing much better. And then we'll put him over here on the other side. How cute. How cute is that? And I really don't, I feel like if I try to add any type of little wood embellishment or anything like that, the page is going to get too cluttered. And I love this. Chilly days, crunchy leaves, we love you fall, adventure awaits. And then this will be where we tell the story of his first squirrel hunt. I love it. I do think there is one thing I want to do. And I don't know. I think I want to pull in my toffee ink. Just because I feel like the page needs something. Just something. Trying to see if I have a sponge. This sort of looks a little brown. Let's make sure that that's not black. Okay. So I feel like I probably want to just edge my page. Let me pull that out for just a second. Normally, if it felt a little bare to me, I would do a doodle border. But, again, I don't want the doodle border to, I don't want this to compete with the doodle border. And so I'm just going to add a little sponging right along the edge of the page, just to give the page a little true definition. I love it. I love how this has turned out. Now I'm in this quandary to talk to my sister and my brother-in-law about when they think this hunting expedition took place. And I could really kick myself for not having organized my pictures better sooner. So there you go. What do you think about that cutie tootie page? I did, when I colored, because I am like literally almost blind, I did get a little out there, but that's okay. My nephew's not going to mind that. But there's a peek at those, and I love how those leaves turned out. Don't you like those leaves? Just using different markers to make it look like leaves that are changing in the fall. And then here's a close-up look at that. Chilly days, crunchy leaves, we love you fall, and then adventure awaits. So there you go. What do you think? Leave a comment, like, subscribe if you have not subscribed to my channel. If you like the content that you see here, let other folks who scrapbook and card make know, so that other people can enjoy my content. And if you have stayed around to the end, since you know that I am a paper crafter, if there is some kind of content that you would love to see me do that you haven't seen, leave a comment down below and let me know. Thanks, guys, and happy scrapping.